News 13 has tracked down the number of suspensions APS hands out to students, and it is staggering. Kim Holland spent weeks sorting out the numbers and shows you why the district is now looking to change how it suspends kids.
There's just an endless amount of curiosity out there.
Katie Stone is a voice for children.
Noah is a senior this year. He's been working with me since he was like, I don't know,
7.
She's the weekend host of the Children's Hour on KUNM Radio.
You get a practically intimate view of
And on a regular basis, Stone speaks out against kids being separated from their peers, and that includes in and out of school suspensions.
both of those are damaging to the child. Both make the child an outsider from the classroom, and both are simply ineffective.
She speaks from experience. Stone's then second grader has cerebral palsy and had skin showing after using the restroom and was given an out-of-school suspension.
I was told that it was actually a sexual problem and that she had revealed her naked self to her class. My daughter, who could not effectively pull up her pants all the way.
Many education groups, including New Mexico's Public School Employees Union, are speaking out against suspensions.
Do suspensions work?
I don't think suspensions work.
But APS disputes that. It handed out nearly 18,000 suspensions last year. That's enough to fill up Milne Stadium nearly 3 times.
That 18,000 includes multiple suspensions from some of the same kids. Now, like at school districts across the country, APS is taking another look at how it suspends kids by sending them home less often.
I think you use progressive discipline. You try the least restrictive thing first.
Take a look at the numbers. Out of the nearly 18,000 suspensions from its 142 schools last year, more than half were suspensions served at home.
Actual suspension, sending them home, rarely works, unless you have a really tough parent at home that's willing to take on that charge.
While APS suspends kids for things like bringing a weapon to school, fighting, or threatening a teacher, the majority of suspensions are for disruptive behavior like talking back, refusing to listen, and dress code violations. Looking at the numbers, we found that APS allowed middle and high schoolers to serve their suspensions in school the majority of the time, while elementary kids are more often sent home to serve their suspensions. Why? The district says elementary schools are less likely to have the staff needed to supervise those children.
It's harder in your budget of 300 or 400 students to come up with a staff member that can house an in-school suspension room.
La Mesa, just east of the fairgrounds, had the most suspensions last year of all the elementary schools. Del Norte at Montgomery and San Mateo had the most among high schools. And Truman in Westgate Heights in southwest Albuquerque took the top middle school spot with more than 1,600 suspensions last school year. It's been at the top 4 of the past 5 years. APS reminds us that Truman is the largest middle school in the state. The APS Associate Superintendent for Middle Schools says, as parents know all too well, the early teen years are tough.
And middle school is a challenging time for our children. They're going through a time in their life when there's a rapid physical change, emotional change. They're navigating friendships, conflicts, and part of their development is being defiant.
APS says some students must be removed from school because they're a danger to others or themselves.
And that's required by either state or federal law or our district policy.
But when kids are just misbehaving or acting up, the district says it tries to keep them in school. Next year, APS wants to have enough staff in every middle and high school specifically to monitor in-school suspensions. Kim Holland, KRQE News 13.
And here's where you can take part in this story. We have simplified the numbers Kim analyzed and put them in an interactive map on KRQE.com. You can click on your child's school and see how it stacks up against the others.